Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of BizzTalk Africa, and this is a very special episode because I have lots of guests today. I have lots of guests from a wonderful organization called YouthUp Global. I'm really excited to learn about the organization today. I'm your host, Jason Schuster, representing BizzTech, and I would love it. Do it a little bit differently today. Could each of you introduce yourselves? Take maybe 2 minutes to just explain a little bit about your background, a little bit about what you do at YouthUp, and then I'd love for you, Faith, to tell us a little bit about YouthUp in general and what the organization is all about.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Jackson, for this opportunity and this question, and to have me here. So for the viewers and participants joining from all parts of the world, to celebrate with me, that is the first thing. So I'm celebrating my birthday. Perhaps we're going to talk about. So I'm in a very high spirit. Thank you very much, Jackson, for bringing us, and then Dick for arranging this section. My name is Faith Nwabia. I'm a Nigerian, very, very proud Nigerian, and an African too, and a very proud African. Why did we start YouthUp? A little background. I've always loved youth development. I've always loved working together with people. Back then, when I was even in primary, secondary school, I joined the Boy Scout movement. And I grew, I grew. I remember I was going to different projects, different programs, community projects and all that. And then I grew. I became the platoon leader, the patrol leader, the scout master, and grew and became someone that, I could, give some commands. And then I love the fact that spirit of sportsmanship, coming together, doing things, that was in me. So, but I went all in, went to school, graduated, normal thing, normal routine, you have to work. But then while I was doing that, I was still looking, there was still something missing, a call in me, a silent voice, that kept telling me, there's something that is missing. But then, because you need to pay the bills, and then you must have to continue living there, we continued. But then a time came while I was with Union Bank of Nigeria in Nigeria. I made a decision to go look and chase my vision. My vision has always been to build a community of a support system. So that's propelled me to start the YouthUp. But even before the YouthUp started, I had used, when I ventured into LinkedIn proper, most of us, when we join LinkedIn, we join it for the fact that we want to look for a job. And then, but as you joined, you begin to change your perspective, and then you begin to understand that there is beyond, more than just looking for a job in this space. And then we started building global network, meeting people, interacting, and then started seeing that there are several other values. So back then, I was beginning to use LinkedIn to reach out. Then I found out that I was helping some young people, advise them. And then I landed myself a job with Malik. Malik is an international career coaching firm. So that also brought back that spirit of, helping young people, from the career coaching. But then I knew that I needed to do something that, apart from people that I see there, I'm also supposed to build a support system that anybody from anywhere can key in. And that's what launched us into starting the movement, YouthUp. YouthUp is a global family. It's a global movement. We call it a non-political borderless tribe. Borderless in that we are anywhere at any time, so long as you are online real time. We can talk, we can do things, we can initiate projects even without having to meet. I've not met 90% of people that are on YouthUp. I've not made them one-on-one, but we're a family. So YouthUp is built to empower young people, to build them up, to create opportunities, to attract opportunities for them, to open, because we live in a global family. So in this age today, we know that this is a digital age, but then how are you harnessing that opportunity that the digital economy brings? And that is what brought us to YouthUp. And YouthUp has been doing that steadily. consistently we've been growing. People are testifying the goodness that YouthUp has beginning to explode and then begin to give people opportunities. Of course, that is even the reason why we are here today, because if the movement has not started, I'm not sure you're like Jason will invite us to discuss at this platform. That is a pass. So
that is the word.
I will pause here, and then my people over there will also lean forward while I lean backward. Thank you very much.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Gathoni, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what do you do at the organization? Then I'd love to hear from Philip.
Wow. Excellent. Thank you so much, Jason, for having us on board. My background is in media. And actually, for me, as a young person, I always look for opportunities to sit at tables. I do not actually wait to be invited. So Faith is here. He can actually testify that I went into his message and I was like, hi, how are you? I've actually gone through your website. And I think there are opportunities of something that I can bring to the table. And I was like, I can't see any females and I can't see anyone representing East Africa. So with my boldness, and we had a Zoom call and a conversation, I was like, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to work with the youth. I'd like to create and help people get opportunities working with the youth. The youth, obviously, you know that we are the future. I don't know if you know the statistics that by the year 2068, 1 billion Africans will actually be under the age of 18. So if we're not having conversations right now about deciding of the future and the way forward, then we're completely lost. So that's how I joined YouthUp. I hold 2 mandates. I am the regional head of East Africa. So that is Kenya, where I'm from. I'm Kenyan. I'm a proud Kenyan. I'm a proud African. As you can see, my earrings are representing Africa. So East Africa, there's Kenya, there's Tanzania, there's Uganda, there's Ethiopia, there's Burundi, Rwanda, and Somalia. So I represent that. I'm also the director of training and development. So for me, I'm very passionate about the youth, about working with the youth, about sitting on the table and making decisions, because in the next 10, 20 years, Jason, you're going to probably be the next president of, Australia. You could be the next, leader. So, governor. Faith, you'll be the next governor in Nigeria. No, seriously, in the next 10, 20, 30 years. So if we're not having conversations now and making decisions and not being apologetic about it and helping and being part of conversations of policy of what's happening in the near future, then, we're completely lost. So that's why I was very passionate. YouthUp Global, as Faith has completely explained it properly. We're borderless, so I've never physically met Faith as well, but we're a family. Whenever we need to get things done, we keep moving. So that's me, and it's a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gathoni. It's so nice to meet you as well. I'm really, really glad you're here. All right, Philip. Tell me about yourself.
Yes. The long-awaited turn has come. My name is Philip Joachims, and I am in for good. I am in for good because Faith has inspired me. I came across Faith last year when we were shortlisted for the best content creator for Africa. That was the first time I met him. That was the first time I saw him.
Me
Faith.
too.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
I remember. Then I realized that at the end of it all, Faith has given it to me. He has taken it and I didn't get it. So I know that there is something in him that I don't have. But,
me too.
Yeah, but I have a very, 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 very tough background that made me love the youth, that made me ready to be committed to help them. Because I was once a student, a fisherman, and as a vendor at the same time to be in school. So life was really terrible, but faith was there. I don't mean the president of the YouthUp. Faith was there and God was there, and we have come far. I found myself in the banking industry, EcoBank, where I scooped many awards. I have done exceptional. So everywhere I go, I won awards. That is how it be. But it got to a time, fulfillment is not there. I can see the youth of my country, the youth of Africa, the youth of the world, finding their way somewhere else where their dreams are not lying. Therefore, I decided to back up with my own projects, my own ideas to help them. My one very key idea is to formulate the youth in a way that they can transform themselves by the mindset and become more valuable individuals who can create their own jobs rather than waiting or searching to work for someone else. So I have created materials, books on Amazon for that. And I was just waiting for the opportunity. And I saw that for some people to help. And I have realized a lot of people, the help of the youth, but nobody was going in. And I decided, oh, let me go in for it. And Faith have seen that, no, Philip can give us something. And he gave me the nod. We have a lot to do and we are going to do it. I am responsible for program direction in West Africa, and we are here for good. We move, we dominate, as Faith would say. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Philip. It's so nice to meet you. It's nice to meet all of you. It sounds like each of you have a really interesting story. The thing that I'm hearing in common is this just huge desire to give back, to give more, and this really great love that you have for the youth, for your home. I love it. I love that passion. I can see it. I can see it. So, Faith, you've already told us a little bit about the organization, and so has everyone. I understand that you guys have some events coming up or some big projects. I'd love to hear a little bit more about that.
Thank you, Jackson. It was awesome, listening to these wonderful people that God attracted together to build a legacy that would evolutionalize how things are done from here. I've always believed that coming together is the beginning, just as Henry Ford would say. Keeping together is a progress, but working together is a success. So for me, it starts by coming together, and we've come together. We are keeping together. We are here, and we are working together, and that's going to be a success. Now, YouthUp is built on that principle of coming together, keeping together, working together. Our mission is to uplift youth and raise leaders, because we've discovered that one of the problems that we have in Africa is leadership. Leadership. Not just only Africa, even in the world. Anywhere in the world, you talk about leadership. Once you have the right leadership, the right principles, the foundations, everybody will key in, right? Now, YouthUp as a global movement, where are we channeling our energy to? Because as a movement, we must have where we channel our energy to. We have 4 cardinal wings. We call education. We say networking, business or entrepreneurship, and entertainment. Now, let me take education. YouthUp discovered that, when my brother Philip was mentioning, was trying to introduce himself and made mention of a few things that he's been working on. He mentioned something about mindset change.
Right.
You see, you can only grow to the level your mindset grows. It is key. And that is why education comes handy. And when we talk about education, we mean practical education. We mean liberation of the mind. Giving someone an opportunity to ask questions and begin to get solutions, right? So education is the founding principle of YouthUp, because we know that once you educate the young people, once you educate them, you've armed them, you've given them a tool for change. It's like teaching someone how to fish and not giving the person fish.
Oh, yes. So
this is us doing this by ensuring that we collaborate. And the way we work in YouthUp is amazing. We collaborate. Most of these things, we may not be the one to do them, but we have massive resources from people. Just I'm discussing with you in your own field. There is a need that we need to solve. We consult you. You do the work, but the most important thing is that we deliver value, and that is by collaboration. So through collaboration, we are building capacity around education, liberating the mind of young people, challenging them to ask questions, to discover the world that they are in, and understand their world better than they had. A paradigm shift, important, very important. Now, as we move from education, we move into networking. Networking has become a very key thing in the age we are in. And funny enough, it's not taught in school. There's no place you will say networking 101, like we did Eco 101, Economics 101, added economics, you say Eco 101, and then you go to class and then they give you theory. No. But let me tell you, in today's business world and career, you hardly will progress if you are not good at networking.
Right.
At building relationship, which is the key thing about social networking. So we have discovered the fact that there is need to cultivate the right values when you are relating with people, because if not, you're going to be messing up. You're going to kill your career. You're going to kill your business potentials if you do not have that capacity to relate with people cordially and move and know how to use people's skill and grow and also contribute in that pool. So networking has a whole lot to offer. And for the fact that this is a borderless family, you must learn how to manage cultural values and differences across all the space that we have. You could be talking to an Asian, you could be talking to an European, you could be talking to an American, you could be discussing with an African. How do you manage the person in relationship? So this is another cardinal principle of YouthUp networking. The next one is business and entrepreneurship, which is key. Anything that you are having, any idea that you have, you must have to build a business around it, right? So building a business around it is what we are doing with the business segments of YouthUp, trying to build sustainable businesses, trying to challenge young people to know how they can turn their ideas into profitable businesses, and also how to collaborate and partner. Most times you may not have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is already there. All you need to do is to modify the wheel. So instead of going ahead to reinvent the wheel, why don't you use an already wheel and repackage it and do other? So in that space, we are doing a whole lot of work in that area on the ground, and we have so much to bring from that space, business entrepreneurship. Then you are now also talking about entertainment. Now, you cannot talk about young people without mentioning entertainment, the vibe. The vibe must be there.
Yes, the vibe must be there.
But then as we have the vibe, it must be moderated. It must be moderated.
Oh, yes.
So we do not transport nuisance. Okay? We don't transport nuisance. All right?
That's the word.
We must put it in check and make sure that what is being sent out is filtered and is giving us what we actually look for. So as we begin to exchange our arts, our music, our whatever, our food or whatever it is that we're exchanging it in a way that it adds value. So YouthUp has those four cardinal wings, and then as a family, our major concern is to see how, even if you are not identified in anywhere, even if you're in the most rural area in Africa, or the most rural area in India or in China, because when we say rural areas, not only in Africa that you have rural areas, you also have rural areas in
everywhere. Everywhere.
Where
there is a city, there is a town, and there is a village, and there is a rural area.
Awesome. So what we are trying to do is, you've got potentials. YouthUp can be a platform that will give you a voice and take you up from where you are, brush you up, groom you, and put you where you become a very precious product that is being sought after, that people are looking out for to pick up. So that is it. So moving in, I had to do this background because I was not able to capture that in my introduction because I was trying to allow my people to lean forward. But then as you are entering as we are asking questions around our event, it's very key that I mentioned this. The events that we are going to be having at this point, at this particular time, especially this year, we've arranged one paramount event, and it's focused around what we call Africa, Innovate Africa project. Innovate Africa project is an Africa youth development project of YouthUp Global. This project is, we've discovered one thing that is a problem, and that problem is unemployment in Africa.
Unemployment. That's right. That's right.
Now,
it's interesting that you bring that up.
Yes.
Just a couple shows ago, we were speaking to someone that youth unemployment is actually one of the biggest problems facing Africa right now as a whole.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Once you solve the problem of youth unemployment in Africa, you have practically solved every other problem, because it's like a chain reaction. You have youth restiveness, you have crime, you have every other thing that breeds on not engaging the young people. And also not engaging the young people, and the young people not having the right skills. Now, let me explain something to you. You also know about the brain drain issues in Africa. The brain drain issues in Africa. Every year, we lose our brothers and sisters across the Mediterranean Sea. What are they looking for? They're looking for opportunities outside of the shores of Africa. But let me tell you this. Those opportunities are also available in Africa. The only thing is that they have not been developed.
Correct.
They are sitting here. Just
Very
that they
deep.
have not been. They are very here. They are very much available, but they have not been developed. They've not been harnessed. That is the problem. And also, what is supposed to be done? And also understand mindset. For me, for instance, I don't have any reason to migrate out of Africa by way of looking for greener pastures out. I would rather want to develop my space.
Territory,
Just
yeah.
as we
yes.
are doing. So it's a question of mindset. That's why we start by education, to make some of us understand, especially African youth, understand that African youth will develop Africa. African youth will develop Africa. So if you keep running to where you think there is a heaven, that is abundance or whatever that is in your thinking, and you live where you were born originally, so who's going to develop it for you?
That's the question.
It's actually going to develop, because where you are going, there were things that were done there, okay, by
That's
some people, and they got it to the level they. So what they did, copy and paste. That's the word we're in now. The word we're in is copy and paste. It's very simple. So just bring it and find a way to make it work in your own space, and not to in troop leave the shores of Africa, where we know that the government of Africa has a whole lot to do, but we are so much in the pursuit of challenging our young people from the mindset angle, for them to understand that they can do this, while we also advocate to government to also provide the enabling environment for them to play, because it is left hand and right hand coming together, to carry out this stuff. So it is for youth and government to work together. Youth need to understand that this is our base, this is where we belong, and that is why we are launching this Innovate Africa project. It's a capacity building workshop that we are going to run across all Africa members that are already identified in our network, and we also carry it across other African states. Why we are doing this is because we want to take this message as a crusade to tell African brothers and sisters, hey, brothers and sisters, this is our project. Let's make it work. Let's make it work. And what are we after? We want to see that unemployment in Africa is eradicated, is reduced. In Africa at the moment, Namibia has 33.4% of unemployment rate. 33.4% of unemployment rate. You can see the huge figure. Followed by Nigeria, 33.3% of unemployment rate. And then South Africa. But you know the thing, the alarming thing is, in this figure, Nigeria is 206 million, updated 2020
Wow.
report. Million people having a 33.3% unemployment rate.
That's a huge.
That's huge.
So huge. And then by the time you look at this, you now ask yourself a question. This chunk of people that are not engaged, and let me also say this. I'm going to allow my people to also put in one or two ideas from here. But let me say this: that there is in that remaining 66 or thereabout that you think that they're engaged. There's also a problem of underemployment. We've not even talked about that. If we say underemployment, those people that are working, yes, you say they are working, but they are not being used at their full potentials, and they are not earning enough to even take care of themselves.
Right.
Wow.
Somebody that is earning, but they cannot solve problems that are even within what the basic needs, the feeding, clothing, and shelter.
Wow.
So we have a huge problem, and that is where we want to first capture. Let's capture unemployment. The event that we have coming October in Nigeria is called the Nigeria We Want. The Nigeria We Want is part of our mission of Africa We Want, which is an Africa youth development project. We call it Innovate Africa project. And it is 1.0. That is the first one that we are starting off. And we are starting off in Nigeria.
First one, right.
Why are we starting off in Nigeria? Nigeria is a significant player in Africa. If anything happens, whether it is a negative thing or is a positive thing, Africa would have the impact. You are talking about a people that a population of 206 million.
Most populated.
Wow.
Like nation.
Yes, with a GDP of 400 and about 400 something billion dollars.
Wow.
Now we have a problem. The problem is per capita income. Ask me how much is per capita income of
how much is it
of average Nigerian?
How much, Faith? What is it?
Per capita income of average Nigeria, if you aggregate it by head, or how much that each person who are employed, not even the ones that are not employed, who are employed is below $500 in the real sense. That is in by month, not yearly, monthly. Month.
Wow.
Yes. That is a month by month. So by the time you correlate it, you understand that we have a problem, big issue.
Big
problem. Now this is GDP. What I'm telling you is GDP. This is real GDP, not GDP by that is without taking care of the inflation.
Right.
So I'm talking about when you have taken care of inflation, the GDP that you will say, okay, this is the real GDP that you're calculating your per capita income. We are nowhere to be found. It is bad. So we want to do a whole lot of work in this space. Wow. All right. So for me, Africa has a GDP of $2.6 trillion. Now this GDP, do you know how much is US GDP? I don't want us to do so much of ratio analysis, but this is the basic.
I want to say it's like 3 or 4 trillion for the US.
Good. So now for the US, and this is a continent, so we have a whole lot to do.
Yeah.
Within ourselves. So the problem here is why is this so? It is so because a lot of people move. And as they move with their capacity, they move with their resources, they move with a whole lot of things, living here to bleed. And that is why for us that are young people, we need to have a way to solve these problems. I do not believe that it's something that can't be worked out.
Right.
Like in Nigeria. Nigeria has issues at the moment where you're talking about a whole lot of matter. People want to say, I want to be on my own. I want to secede. I want a whole lot of issues going on. But what is the solution of Nigeria? The solution of Nigeria is arm the young people, give them employment. Let them get engaged. Let them be productive. This is not only a Nigerian problem, it cuts across Africa. Let me pause here, and then I just want to ask Philip, my colleague. Philip, in Cameroon, what is our problem? What do you consider as the major problem of young people?
No, actually, in Ghana, the problem is unemployment. Everywhere, the problem is unemployment. And
yes,
I have
in Ghana,
seen
sorry,
this.
I've mixed
yes.
up. In Ghana, yes.
I have seen this long ago, and I'm happy YouthUp is all about this, because it makes me sick. It kills me. A lot of able-bodied looking for a job, they cannot find it. They have qualifications, they struggle their way out through school, and yet there are no jobs. But it does not have to come to that. There must always be a way out. And that way is us changing our focus from the government to us, because we have greatness within. We have values that we can use to create or change opportunities. And that is what YouthUp is coming to do. That is what we are coming together to do, because we have what it takes. And when we need help, we will come to you, all of you, we will come to you to push us so that we can push the grassroots, because they need help. And now we know what they need. You know, the average African has a single problem, especially the youth. They want greener pastures. They want good jobs. They are not lazy people. They want to work and the work is not there. So they are frustrated. But if we can teach them how to be ready for an opportunity, if we can teach them how to identify their own weakness so that they can build their strengths, how they can think big, plan big, but start small to overcome small challenges before they can face the big ones and crash it all the way, we have to come together. And that is what we are doing. That is what Faith has started. And that is why I am so happy to come on board. You know, since I got an appointment with YouthUp, speaking engagement started following me. Yes, I have one in November for the global leaders. And then my 10th book, it hit bestsellers in 3 days. That is the strength we're talking about. Today, it has a review of 5 stars. Very powerful. This is what YouthUp is coming to do. We will share our ideas. We will collaborate. We will share these ideas, how the youth can transform their mindset to help themselves out without even working for anybody, because I have done a lot of research about this and I have seen, no, we are sleeping on a gold mine, especially those outside of Ghana and Nigeria. They are sleeping on a gold mine in Africa. We can help them. We have lesser opportunities, but we have the idea of what they can do to move forward. They don't need anybody to give them jobs. They have millions and thousands of values that will introduce them to the world already. And that is one thing YouthUp will collaborate to bring out in the youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Philip. I'm going to be doing your work a little bit. Let me just ask my madam.
Well, actually, Philip, if I can interrupt you for just a second, we actually, so we got started a little bit late today, and we have another show right after this, so we've only got about 2 minutes. But what I wanted to say is, there's so much content here. Can I please have you all back again? Maybe more than once. Because I want more. I want more of this. Our viewers want more. But we just don't have enough time to go through all of it today. So could I get a commitment from all of you to come back?
Please, from
me. We'd love to come back.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, perfect.
I would love to come back.
There's so much here. This is such a beautiful vision, a beautiful passion that you have, and we're tackling such a big problem. So I would love to hear more. I know that we're about to run out of time in just like 1 minute.
Just 30 seconds. Just 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay.
October 1st, we are going to have a symposium to launch officially the Nigeria We Want project, which is part of the Africa We Want project. And on the 2nd, we're going to have a workshop. It's called a capacity building workshop because we want to take action to empower young people, to equip them to put the right mindset. That is what everybody should be looking out for. And then maybe next time that we have this section, we'll talk more about this project. Thank you very much.
I would love it. I would love it. And just before we go, as everybody maybe caught it early on, maybe you didn't. Today's Faith's birthday. So Faith, happy birthday. I'm so glad that you decided to join us and share your birthday.
Happy birthday, Faith.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly.
That's right. I won't embarrass you by trying to sing happy birthday to you. So I'll let
thank you kindly. I've heard so much today. I've heard so much of songs today. Voices.
That's right. That's right. I love it. I love it. Okay, perfect. Faith, Gathoni, Philip, thank you so much. I'll reach out to you. Let's schedule the next one because I want to keep going.
Oh, definitely.
Thank you very much. Looking forward.
Thank
to
you.
That will come on. Never to be missed.
Never to be missed. I love it. I love it. Perfect. Thank you all so much for being here. And I greatly look forward to our next one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.